Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Today we're going to be choosing our commanders from the Modern Horizons 3 set. So buckle up and let's get straight into the action. Hey, it's Jason, and today I'm going to be playing Ajani, Nacatl Pariah. I'm looking to make a bunch of cats and hopefully blow up people's stuff.
Good morning, everyone. It's Jackson back playing Kudo, King Among Bears. Plan today is to turn everyone else's creatures, including my own, into bears, and then play things that are questionably bears.
Hey, it's Brent, and I'm here to emerge with Erupting Nullkite.
Hey, it's Matt. I'm here with Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd. We're going to be blinking a lot of stuff, probably mostly my own stuff. You can think of it like I'm taking Brago's dog for a walk or something to that effect.
Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. How about we roll off?
Let's shall.
I got a 6.
8.
9.
An impressive 5.
Matt was practicing before the game. He was doing better then.
Yeah. Well, as first player, I will reveal my sticker sheets to prove that they are all different.
Yeah, I can totally tell.
All of you pick one.
This one.
This one.
I'll do the one on the very end.
This may not even be relevant.
How about we play Magic now?
We are playing Magic. Stickers are part of Magic.
I am choosing to mull.
I will keep this.
I'm gonna mulligan.
I'm going to keep this hand.
Oh my god, this deck hates me. 6.
I'll keep this.
Alright, I can work with this. Bottom that.
Okay, take us away.
Land, Soul Ring, S.
I will draw and play a soul... Oh, there's no Soul Ring.
Oh.
I'm going to play Prismatic Vista and get rid of it and play Soul Guide Lantern. When it enters the battlefield, I have to exile this Prismatic Vista because it's the only thing in a graveyard. That's fine. I don't think I was going to use it anyway. I will then pass the turn.
I will draw. I'll play Plains, and I will pass.
We'll draw. Playing Arctic Tree Line, tapped, and pass.
Draw. I will play a land for turn, and then we will tap 4 for a Hedron Archive. I will pass the turn.
Untap and draw. I have here an additional basic planes.
Into your turn, I'm gonna Enlighten Tutor. Kabam.
Seems good.
Wonder what he's gonna get.
I'm gonna put a Soul Ring on top of my deck. No one's wondering. I will untap, draw the Soul Ring. Let's go ahead and play the Soul Ring. Follow that up with a second Plains. I will pay 3 for my 2-cost commander. When he comes into play, he's gonna make a 2/1 cat. If another cat dies, he can flip into a Planeswalker who is on his backside. And I'll pass my turn. I will lose my 1 floating mana.
Play Forest. Play my commander. Kudo, King Among Bears. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears.
My cats are stronger.
Ever so slightly. Pass the turn.
I will play a land for turn. I'm going to play Brass, Tunnel, Grinder. On when it enters battlefield, I may discard any number of cards and then draw that many cards +1. Beginning of my end step, if I've descended this turn, put a board counter on it. If there are 3 or more board counters on it, transform it.
I like the card a lot, actually.
It's pretty nice.
I will choose to discard my whole hand, which is Mountain, Valakut Awakening. So it does the same thing. So I draw 4, 3, 4 for an ever-flowing chalice with 2 counters on it. Pass the turn.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to flash in my commander, Phelia, Exuberant Shepherd. It's a 2/2. When it attacks, exile up to 1 other target non-land permanent. At the beginning of the next end step, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Phelia. I'm going to go to my turn. Land for turn is Emergence Zone. I'm going to cast a Mox Amber, 2 mana, Lembas. Get some bread out here. When it enters the battlefield, scry 1 and draw a card. I can pay 2, tap it, and sack it to gain 3 life. And when it's put into a graveyard from the battlefield, its owner shuffles it into their library. I'm gonna scry and draw. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm going to attack Brent for a massive 2 damage. On attack, I'm gonna play fetch with this elf bread here. At my end step, Phelia gets a counter, the bread comes back, and I get to scry 1 and draw a card. Pass the turn.
I will untap and draw. I'm gonna play a Spectator Seating for turn. It will come and untap because I have 2 or more opponents. I'm gonna pay 4 mana for a Smothering Tithe. Pass my turn. Trigger Smothering Tithe when you draw.
I will not pay.
I will get a treasure.
Forest for turn. I'm a Herald's Horn. When it ETBs, I'm going to choose a creature type. I'm going to choose Hydra for no particular reason. Creature spells of the chosen type cost 1 less, and at the beginning of my upkeep, I may look at the top card of my library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, I may reveal it and put it into my hand. And then it will pass turn.
Draw.
Smothering Tithe.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not gonna pay.
I have 2 treasures now.
I will play land for turn. I'm just going to hard cast my commander even though he's gonna merge. I may exile my hand. I'm going to choose to not do that.
The value.
Yep. Pass.
End step. I'm gonna sack Soul Guide Lantern to draw a card.
I will get a treasure.
Go to my turn. You may have it. 1, 2, 3. Recruiter of the Guard. When Recruiter of the Guard enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a creature card with toughness 2 or less. Reveal it, put it in your hand.
That sounds bad.
No, it's actually pretty good. I'm going to find Mother of Runes. Tap 1 for Mother of Runes. I can tap it to give target creature I control protection from the color of my choice until end of turn. I'm gonna go to combat. Let's hit Jackson this time.
Oh, I'll take 2.
3. It's got a 1/1 counter. So I'm gonna get rid of Recruiter. End step. Phelia retrieves my Recruiter of the Guard that I threw so violently away. And Recruiter's gonna go find me a 2 toughness or less creature named Solitude. My turn is over.
High market for turn. I can tap it to sack a creature and gain 1 life. 4 mana. Ajani Steadfast. It's a planeswalker with 4 loyalty. I'm going to plus him. I will give other Ajani +1/+1 until end of turn. And also gets first strike, vigilance, and lifelink. Swinging at Brent for 3. After that, I will pass my turn.
Beginning of upkeep. I'm going to look at the top card of my library. I'm going to reveal it. It's a Feral Hydra. It's going to go into my hand.
When you do draw, trigger Smothering Tithe.
No, you can have your trigger.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we're at the point of just not letting him have card advantage.
I'm going to pay 3. Tribute to the World Tree. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under my control, I draw a card if it has power 3 or greater. Otherwise, I put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. I will pass the turn.
I will draw.
Are you going to pay 2 for that draw?
I am not a mountain for turn. I'm going to have 1 floating. I'm going to sacrifice my commander to emerge Kozilek, Butcher of Truth.
That's gross.
On cast trigger, I will draw 4 cards.
Did you pay for any of those?
Not paying any of those.
It's a weird looking bear.
Purpose, God of the Forge, indestructible. As long as your devotion to red is less than 5, it's not a creature. Whenever another creature enters battlefield under your control, do 2 damage to each opponent. We're going to steal some strategies. At the beginning of my upkeep, exile top card of each opponent's library. Until end of turn, I may cast non-land cards from among those cards and spend any mana as though there were any mana of any color to cast those spells. Pass the turn. On end step, I have descended because I sacrificed my commander.
I'll go to my turn. I have additional planes.
Trigger Smothering Tithe.
Yeah, you got it. What am I doing?
Playing Magic the Gathering.
I'm going to cast Elish Norn, Mother of Machines. 4/7 Vigilance. When permanents entering the battlefield under your control causes a permanent to trigger. Triggers an additional time. Permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponent's control to trigger. Go to combat. Tag you for 4.
It's fine. I'll take 4.
I'll flip out this Recruiter. End step. It'll come back.
End of your turn, I'll pay 3 to Chaos Warp Elish Norn.
I'll give it pro red.
Oh, just okay.
2 Recruiter triggers, if that's okay with you now.
Yeah, I just wanted you to use that ability.
Yeah, sure.
Just trying to see if you remember it.
You've been known to be a sloppy player. I just figured you'd forget.
See, I'm gonna get Skyclave Apparition and Palace Jailer. And I have to go to discard. Phelia gets bigger. I'm gonna discard Tokasia's Welcome. Go ahead.
Play Mountain. Let's go ahead and plus Ajani. Swing on Matt for 3 damage, first strike, Vigilance Lifelink.
Sure, I'll take 3.
I'll gain 3. Go ahead.
Upkeep Herald's Horn trigger. That'll stay on top, and then I'll draw. You may have your treasure.
Thank you.
I'm going to generous gift Elish Norn.
Can you not?
He's only gotten 4 triggers off of the Recruiter. Stop picking on him.
I'm going to pay a green. I'm going to play a Feral Hydra. X is 1 because of Herald's Horn. Enters with 1/1/+1 counter. He's a 3/3 because of Kudo. Then I will draw a card. You may have a treasure. Where are all my lands? Then I guess I will pass turn.
End step. I'm gonna Swords Kozilek because I do fear the Reaper.
I only gain 2. Untap. Upkeep. I will exile the top card of all your libraries.
You can have this planes.
I cannot.
You want a Nosylith?
You got a Leonin Relic Order from me. It's a cat.
And a bear.
But I draw for turn. Not paying.
Okay.
Land for turn. Leon Watercolor. Eating my own soul ring.
Trigger we each take 2.
Yep.
And you're gonna merge it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This goes back to your graveyard.
Cast trigger. Would you like to exile your hand?
No.
Perforos Trigger. We'll each take 2.
Yep. Kind of sad doing this at sorcery speed, but it's better to... Unexpected Windfall. Discarding just a mountain. I will draw 2 cards and create 2 treasure tokens. I will not pay for either of these draws.
Okay.
I will pass the turn.
Land for turn is Flooded
This just
Strand.
stays exiled. Sorry, descend trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Something the Searing Pit.
I'm gonna play Skyclave Apparition. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-land, non-token permanent you don't control with mana value 4 or less. When it leaves the battlefield, the exiled card's owner makes an XX blue illusion, where X is the mana value of the exiled card. Ajani.
This guy?
No, the other one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm gonna fetch. Found a basic planes.
In a mono white deck in this economy,
I'm going to cast Teleportation Circle. When you have your end step, exile up to one target artifact or creature you control, then return to the battlefield under its owner's control. I'm going to swing at Brent with this 5/5.
Take 5.
Trigger on attack. I'm going to exile Recruiter, I guess. I'm gonna go to end step.
7/8 or Heliod's Intervention with 6 targets. Targeting Teleportation Circle, Mox Amber, your little bread. We'll hit this. We'll just hit your mana.
Okay.
When Lembas goes to the graveyard, I will shuffle it into my deck. End step, I will get my Recruiter back from his journey. Phelia gets a counter, and I will search my library for a thing that costs 2 or less, or toughness 2 or less. I'm gonna find Delny, Streetwise Lookout. I'll go to my hand.
I will untap and draw. I'm gonna pay 2, 1 floating, Skull Clamp. I'm going to equip Skull Clamp to the cat. The cat will immediately die. Oh,
No.
wait, no, it's a 2/2 bear.
Yeah.
Get wrecked.
well, technically now it's a 3/1 bear.
I am going to stack it to high market. I will gain a life and draw 2 cards, and Ajani will flip. I'm gonna 0 to make a 2/2 cat bear. 3 mana. Taurian Mauler is a creature shapeshifter bear. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may put a +1/+1 counter on the Mauler. 4 mana for a Trouble in Pairs. If an opponent would begin an extra turn, the player skips that turn instead. That'll be very relevant. Whenever an opponent attacks you with 2 or more creatures, draws their second card each turn, or casts their second spell each turn, I draw a card.
That's a problem.
Best buds. I'll equip Taurian Mauler with the Skull Clamp. Pass turn.
Untap.
When you draw, will you pay 2?
No, I'm gonna pay 2. Steve.
Mauler will get a +1/+1 counter.
Tribute to the World Tree. Steve gets 2 counters. Swole Steve. And we'll Gold Vein Hydra.
When you cast that, Taurian Mauler will get a counter. I will draw a card off of Trouble in Pairs.
That you will. Gold Vein Hydra. Vigilance, Trample, Haste. It enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. And when it dies, I create a number of tapped treasure tokens equal to its power. World Tree trigger, I will draw a card because Gold Vein Hydra's a 3/3.
Trigger Smothering Tithe and Trouble in Pairs.
You have your treasure. I think I will just swing for 3 at Matt.
I'll take 3.
Then I will pass the turn.
If you appreciate the content we're creating and you'd like to support us here at the Dungeon, the #1 way to do so is to sign up over on our Patreon page. Some of the Patreon benefits include access to our full deck lists, voting privileges for polls held over on our Patreon, and shoutouts at the end of every video to let everyone know how awesome you are. If money's tight and becoming a patron isn't the best option for you right now, we totally get it. Simply liking our videos or subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, or commenting down below all help as well, and are totally free. Thank you all for watching and enjoy the game.
Upkeep. Give me the top card of your libraries.
Planes.
Hungering Hydra.
Generous gift.
Draw for turn. You can
Get a treasure.
Thank you.
yeah, let's generous gift the
Trouble in Pairs.
Okay, trigger Taurian Mauler. It'll get bigger. Trouble in Pairs is gone.
I will cast this Hydra for 1 mana. It enters as a 2/2. We'll all take 2 damage.
Trigger Mauler. It'll get bigger.
7, sacrificing it to merge. Stalking Vengeance. Haste. When another creature you control dies, it deals damage equal to its power to target player or planeswalker. When it enters battlefield, 2 damage to all of you.
Trigger Mauler. It'll get bigger.
I will descend 7. Endbringer.
We all take 2.
It'll untap on each player's untap step. I can tap it to deal 1 damage to any target. Colorless and tap it. Target creature can't attack or block this turn. And 2 colorless and tap it. Draw a card. I have the
Something.
biggest, weakest creatures in this game.
I played big things. I should be hitting with big things.
That's the turn.
The King of Bears is definitely adding a weird aspect to this game. I assume you're not paying the 2.
No. I'm going to cast Delny, Streetwise Lookout. Creatures you control with power 2 or less can't be blocked by creatures with power 3 or greater. If an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, it triggers an additional time.
Mauler will get bigger.
4. Palace Jailer. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. Twice. When it enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until an opponent becomes the Monarch. I'm going to target Taurian Mauler, and I'm going to target the Cat Warrior. Combat, we're going to swing at Ajani. Trigger, I'm going to exile Recruiter.
Jump with the beastie.
Sure. End step. Recruiter comes back. Phelia gets bigger, and I'm going to go find 2 small creatures, and then I'm going to Monarch. I'm going to get Stoneforge Mystic and Rinse, maybe? Sure. Those are in my hand now. That's it, pass turn.
I'm going to play a Plains Return. I am going to 0 Ajani to make a cat warrior. I will pay 1 to equip a skull clamp to it. I'm gonna tap high market to sacrifice the cat. I will draw 2 cards. I'm gonna pay 3 mana for an Imperial Recruiter. I'm gonna search my library for a creature with power 2 or less. I'm gonna grab Mere Entity. I'm gonna pass my turn after that.
On your end step, I'm going to sack Steve Forrest.
Steve dies for our sins.
He was a good boy. And then it will start my turn. I'm going to play Resourceful Defense. Whenever a permanent I control leaves the battlefield, if it had counters on it, I put those counters on target permanent I control. Pay 5 to move any number of counters from target permanent I control to another target permanent I control. White. For a helping hand. I'm going to return target creature with mana value 3 or less from my graveyard to the battlefield tapped. I'm going to choose Hungering Hydra. Enters play as a 2/2. I'm going to get 2+1/+1 counters from Tribute. Combat. Swing 3 at Ajani.
3 at Ajani.
Yeah.
I'll chump.
Pass turn.
Upkeep. Give me the top card of your library.
Plain. Oh. It's an actual card this time.
Yeah.
Genesis Hydra.
You got a mountain.
I cannot play a mountain.
Okay.
I will
Most of the
draw
other
a
cards I
card.
have.
I'm not paying. Because it's a free 2 damage. I'm going to cast Genesis Hydra. And I'm going to sack Genesis Hydra, which will also do 2 damage to all of you.
It's only target.
Matt, I need you dead.
Alright.
Casting Flayer of Loyalties. Whenever you cast a spell, gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It has base power and toughness 10/10, gains trample, Annihilator 2, and haste. Matt, I'm going to choose your commander. That trigger and this trigger is on the stack. Then I'll descend.
I'm going to respond. I am going to flash in Solitude, exiling Charming Prince. Because it's a 2/2, thank you. I get to exile 2 creatures and their controller gains life equal to their power. I'm going to exile my commander. I'm going to exile your Endbringer.
I'll tap it to do damage to your face.
Sure. I'll take 1, and then I'll gain 7, and you get to gain 2.
And then I will descend 10.
Discover.
Yeah, discover 10. Sunbird's Invocation. Whenever I cast a spell from my hand, reveal the top X cards of my library, where X is that spell's cost. You may cast card revealed this way, convert a mana cost extra less without paying its mana cost. When the CTB is 2 damage to all of you. Doing the Stalking Vengeance. Imperial Recruiter, 2 damage to all of you, and I'll search my library. Revealing Workshop Assistant. When Workshop Assistant dies, return another target artifact card from your graveyard to your hand. Sacrifice this Imperial Recruiter to cast this Workshop Assistant, doing 2 damage to all your guys' faces. I'm going to sacrifice this Workshop Assistant to cast this Junk Diver. This'll... Oh no!
Oh shit, it doesn't actually work, does it?
I'm 1 card off, because I don't have another way to...
Sack your Junk Diver.
First of all, when I cast the Workshop Assistant, I need to Des. I'm casting it from my hand. Well, I'm not going to cast any of that. Sacrifice the Workshop Assistant. So when that dies, it returns my hand, but also Sunbird's Invocation. Look at the top 3. Yeah, so I'll just cast that so it's out. But 2 damage from that, and then 2 damage from Junk Diver. So close to just being there. Forgot I needed 1 more creature to start the loop. I'll take the Monarch.
When Matt loses the Monarch, I'll get my Shapeshifter back.
I'll go to end step. I will draw for Monarch.
When you draw, are you going to pay for Smothering Tide?
No.
Alright. When you draw, are you going to pay for Smothering Tide?
Hell no.
Okay.
Here's a land. It is a Windswept Heath. I am going to cry deeply. I'm going to cast Lauren of the Third Path.
Trigger Mauler.
Yeah, you got it. When it enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target artifact or enchantment, which is 2 of them because I got Delny. Tap it to give me an opponent each a card, and it's Vigilance, but none of that matters right now. Right now, what does matter is I'm going to blow up Skull Clamp and Sunbird's Invocation.
Okay.
Attacking Brent for the Monarch seems like a really bad idea, so I'm going to pass instead.
On your end step, I'm going to do the coolest thing ever.
Doubt it.
19 mana for White Sun Zenith on 16.
That's a lot of bears.
It's a lot of bears.
A lot of bear cats. And I'll go to my turn. First thing I'm going to do is play a mountain. Going to play Mere Entity. 6 mana into Mere Entity to make all of my creatures base power and toughness 6/6.
Seems good.
+2 Ajani to give all my cats +1/+1 counters. Combat. Somebody do the math for me. I'm just kidding. I'm going to swing 9 at Matt and 7 at you plus the Mauler at you.
I'm going to flash in my commander.
You got it.
I will block 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Give my commander protection from white.
So you'll take 7?
Yeah, you get a 4/4 illusion.
I just die.
Okay, I'm done after that.
I'll pay 3 for a Lifeblood Hydra. Trigger Tribute, get 2 counters. Protean Hydra will also enter as a 2/2, get 2 counters. Hit you for 3.
I'll take 3.
Go ahead.
Cool. Untap and draw.
I'll presumably make a treasure.
Yeah, you got it. I got a land. I'm going to cast an Idyllic Tutor. I'm going to find and cast Parallax Wave. It's Fading 5. When it enters the battlefield, it gets 5 fading counters. At the beginning of my upkeep, I remove 1, and when the last is removed this way, it goes away forever. I can remove a fade counter to exile target creature. When Parallax Wave leaves play, each player returns to play all cards they own exiled with Parallax Wave. I'm gonna fetch play Stoneforge Mystic. It's gonna go get, yeah, I was gonna fail to find because I don't think it matters. Combat, I am going to attack Jason with Phelia. Trigger, I will target Parallax Wave. In response, I will exile this creature.
Yep.
And then I will exile 4 of those.
Okay, 4 cats are gone.
4
Down to
cats are
12.
gone. This will go away. I have this 2/2.
I'll block with a 3/3.
Okay. End step, they'll come back. 5 more counters on it. I will remove one of them to exile that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and +2 Ajani. Put another counter on all my cats. So I just need to hit you with 2 of them.
Yep.
I will swing 7 of them at you.
Okay.
We'll swing the rest at... I'll swing 5 cats at you. 7 cats at you, 5 at you.
I will block 1, exile 4, and die anyway.
Block all 5.
I'm down to 8 cats. Flawless maneuver to give all my creatures indestructible until end of turn.
2 counters from Protean Hydra and it will die. Lifeblood Hydra will die. I will draw 4 cards and gain 4 life. Gain 4 +1/+1 counters. 3 tapped treasures. And Resourceful Defense will gain 2 for 6 counters.
Is that all your things?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to pay 2 for an Oreskos Explorer. When it enters the battlefield, I can search my library for up to X planes cards, where X is the number of player who control more lands than me. That's no players. It's just a cat. Blocker. Go ahead. End of turn, I will draw a card from Monarch. Oh, are you paying 2 when you draw?
No, you may have your
Okay.
Quetzal, Malamet Explorer, 2 counters from Tribute.
When you cast it, Mauler will get bigger.
Opponents can't cast spells during my turn. Whenever one or more creatures I control, each with power greater than its base power, deals combat damage to a player, I draw a card. Pay a green for an Avacyn's Pilgrim, 2 counters.
Okay. Mauler will get bigger.
Sack my treasures, or Rampant Rejuvenator. It'll enter with 2 +1/+1 counters. I will draw a card off of Tribute.
Mauler will get bigger.
Then I guess I will pass turn.
I'll untap and draw. I'll play a Plains Return. I'm going to minus Ajani. You get to pick 1 enchantment, 1 creature, 1 artifact, and 1 Planeswalker to keep. The rest all die.
And then you swing for everything at me.
Yeah, I'll even swords the last one left.
You jerk. I die.
Okay, cool.
And Smothering Tithe finally pays off, letting me flood the boards with a bunch of cats, as God intended. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed that game. See you next time.